to Chapter 3 and to the fundamental value exercise. As you have read prior to getting to this part in your book, as you are aware, your fundamental values represent the foundation on which you are built. Your structure, your life structure is built. And it is important to make sure that our foundation has not lost any of its integrity. I invite you to download the grid, which is the fundamental value grid, which is in PDF format, and to fill it in. Naturally, as per the examples that you see in the book, you are to put an X next to the value in whatever aspect of your life that you feel that value is not supported, either from another party, or another situation or circumstance, or that you are not presently being that value in your life. So as an example, I gave you the example in the book, if loyalty is very important for me, is a fundamental value for me, and that I'm presently living with a spouse who is not loyal, not because the person is wrong or right, but just because he does not have that fundamental value in his structure, I would put an X in line with loyalty and in my love life. Naturally, the whole idea is to not have any X's whatsoever in our foundation. Whenever we do, if we tolerate these impacts, we weaken our own vital foundation, and with time, the structure comes down. And as an example, if I'm working for a company, another example, if I'm working for a company, and they have, I've put that honesty is very important. It's another one of my fundamental values, but I feel that the company for whom I'm working is not honest either towards its employees or towards its customers. I would put another X in my work aspect, in my business life, in line with that value, which is called honesty. It represents that we have a crack in the foundation again. It works the other way around. If I am not being honest with my employer, it's the same thing. In other words, I'm not being that value. I would again put an X in that same category in line with honesty. So I invite you to take the time to do this exercise. Afterwards, to go to the specific actions grid. Once we've identified the cracks, which are the X's, that you will find in your grid, which will give you a visual of what state your foundation is in right now, every single X must be addressed. So as an example, I would put in my specific actions grid, if with respect I have problems in my social life, which is a good friend, and I've put an X because I feel that that friend doesn't respect me. A specific action would resemble, I will have a conversation with Mary by Wednesday of this week, because it's important you put a lead time, if not you just won't do it. So specific action with a deadline. I will have this conversation with Mary by Tuesday of this week to be able to share with her how the past situation that we've just been through was very difficult for me, and that when she has that behavior, I do not feel respected. I will share that with Mary so that I can address that X which is in my foundation, and hopefully she will be able to respect me from now on. In other words, respect my value structure. Naturally, if Mary, respect is not important to her and it's not part of her own value structure, then I may have to reevaluate if I still want to be friends with that person. Normally, we'll surround ourselves with the people who have similar values, or at least respect our value structure. Our spouse should have the same value structure as we have in order for our foundation to be able to marry itself with each other and to be in integrity. And if you take a look at past relationships that you've had that have not worked out, once you've done this value grid, I promise you, you will be able to see why it didn't work out. So enjoy the exercise, and we'll see each other in the next chapter.